All right, so we have a whole bunch of new stuff to check out. We're gonna get through a few of them in this video, and then I'm gonna do another video and another video because I got some catching up to do. So first off, we're gonna check out these new CJRB chips. And these are pretty cool, and it's kind of cool that we got these because Kara had something like this from another company. And we wound up losing it. She wound up losing it at the airport from TSA or whatever. But this one's a little sheep's foot. What is this one? This one's also a little sheep's foot. So we got a satin blade and a PVD coated one, both with a carbon fiber inlay. Pretty sure that's real carbon fiber. ARRPM, ooh, those are very sharp. ARRPM 9 steel, somewhat of just like, you know, a little pinch grip knife, you know, something to open up packages or to pick at something. You know, it has this little tiny sheath so that you can safely carry it around in your pocket. It doesn't feel like it's going to pop out or anything like that. You have to pull the tab, or pull the string, I should say. But pretty damn cool. And, you know, it has a little leather sheath, and you know, like I said, it's just a little package opener or a little thread popper, whatever you want to call it. Pretty simple, you know, not much to really showcase, but very thin geometry. So, you know, at least it's built, you know, for cutting purposes. These are a good thing, you know, like to throw in your girlfriend's purse, or to possibly just throw in your car, or to have next to, you know, a desk or something, you know, if you work in an office. Now, let's get to the next one. So, the next one, we actually have 3, and we will get through them pretty quickly. All right, so here's the next ones. We actually have 3 from the same company. This one we'll check out in here 1 second, because these technically already exist. This is just a, oops, that was my fault. This is just a new version of the Corvid, and it's like the zombie edition. You can actually feel this blood splatter. You can tell like the paint is over the aluminum, because this is an aluminum handle. And it has multiple forms of deployment that actually work, which is crazy. 154 cm blade steel liner lock. I wish they would have put a clip on this knife, but you know, I featured this thing a million times on the channel. There's 1,000 different versions. Now this one, I'm actually really happy that they did this, because this is a mini knife that's actually pretty damn cool. This one's obviously the titanium scaled one with a titanium mill pocket clip and their 10CR Damascus. Beautiful Damascus. Look at that. It's gorgeous. But now with a crossbar lock. So I've had a few of these in liner lock form. I don't think they came in a titanium frame lock. I can't remember, maybe they did, but I definitely have liner lock versions, and my problem with them was the original ones had horrible lock bar access, so I couldn't even do it. But when you have a lock like this, it's ambidextrous, it's very easy to use. The only thing is they didn't put the clip, they didn't let you flip the clip, so it's ambidextrous lock-wise, but not clip-wise. But this makes for, one, it's a little 3-finger knife that you can actually use. You can 100% use this to slice something, to open something, to pinch grip, with now a nice strong locking system. And, you know, one that's very easy to use. You can even use the lock to flip it open. The titanium is a bit slippery because of the lightning anode. You know, they polish the surface, which is fine. This is a little compact knife, more of like a, and I'm swinging it too hard. That's why it's bouncing. It's just me, because, you know, it's so little. I'm used to flipping, you know, bigger knives. But, you know, once you get used to it, man, this thing is definitely fidgety. But this little compact thing, you can 5th pocket it, you know. This is definitely something Kara will be carrying. And yeah, pretty damn cool. There's a lot of different versions of this. Dirk Pinkerton design, by the way. Now, really quick, I want to talk about this one, but I also want to just bring up the Tarako one more time. I know I featured this in a bunch of videos already, but damn it, it's so good. This is such a good front flipper, man. Like, this is hard to beat front flipping action-wise. I don't see how anybody can't flip this. And I mean flip it very well. Like, you could do every type of flip possible with probably not even having any skill set in front flipping with this guy. S35VM, we have the Tiger Stripe titanium frame lock. good access to the lock bar, super duper smooth. The sound of it is really good. And because the front flipper is so good, when you hit it, man, this thing rockets out. Like, it almost feels like it hits the stop pin a little too hard. Right now, I'm actually backing off of it, so it's not too loud, because you could smack that thing out there. Anyways, all right, so this is the new cassowary. Cassowary is a type of?
Ragtite.
It's a type of ragtite. And a ragtite is a type of what? Bird. And what is a ragtite?
Like an ostrich.
It's like an ostrich. All right. So, but you can see these are pretty much about the same size, the Tarraco and the cassowary. Now, let's check out this cassowary, because it has an interesting blade with this fuller. I believe this is S35VN. Yes, S35VN. One thing that's also unique is look at this pocket, or look at this pivot. This thing has, like, it's very rough. Like, it almost feels not sharp, like cut you sharp, but sharp. That looks so cool, kind of plays with the light. I actually have a knife design coming with the entire scales like that. The titanium frame lock with obviously the blue accents and the holes that bring down some weight relieving, but there's a lot of different color options with this one. Flipping action is really well done. Good detent. I could probably fail it if I wanted to, but it's not like it's something you're going to be failing, you know. It's pretty easy to launch out there. Titanium mill pocket clip. It does have some spring to it, which I love to see, because that means it's going to work pretty well. And then we have a lanyard hole back here with a titanium backspacer and some jimping. Access to the lock bar. They didn't really cut back anything, but it's not horrible. I do wish there was a little bit more, but I mean, it's fine. That fuller, you can't use it, so it's not, you know, purpose driven. It's more just for show, but it does look good. And to me, this is a nice looking little compact knife. I can get a full 4-finger grip, but it's more of like a 3.5 finger grip, but it actually works pretty well. Now, if we go back to the Tarraco, this one, you get such a good grip on it because there's no flipper tab. So it is very, very comfortable. But this is definitely a cool one with the drop point set and blade. Like I said, there is multiple different versions. You can see they added some jimping right there and on the blade to give you a little spot. I land a little bit past that, but my only negatives really would be T6s. I don't like all the T6s. There's too many T6s. We need T8s, especially on a premium knife. And then the plunge grind could be a lot better. They could cut that back, make it to where you're not, I guess, you know, like this is better, but this still, you know, it could be better. But, you know, just cut this deeper so that the plunge grind does not hit the edge. Give me some room to sharpen it. But it's fine, you know, it's definitely not a deal breaker. But yeah, pretty damn cool. Now we got a new light from NITECORE. This is the EDC 25. And one thing I like about this is that it has 2 tail switches. And the 2 tail switches, one of them is just like a turbo. So you just hit that and that's the turbo. Now if you double tap it, or wait, no, I'm wrong about that. Okay, so you can just hold it and it's just the turbo. Now what you do is you lightly touch this one and it will go through the modes, but you just click it on by clicking it hard. Right now it's on, and then now I just barely tap it to turn it up. Very soft taps. You can feel the click, so it's not like it's difficult to do. And then when you want to turn it on and off, you just hit the button. And then wherever you leave it is where it's going to be when you kick it back on. Now, I believe so. Yeah. But, you know, at any time, even with it on full blast, the turbo is still brighter. So you can just hit that and it'll be even brighter. It's slim. It tells you the battery life and the output, so which mode you have it on as far as power. It does have a pocket clip, which has like ridges underneath there, so it looks like it's going to be easier to slide in and out of the pocket. That's actually a good idea. That was a good idea by them. Shout out to NITECORE. They have these, I think they're plastic, or Kydex or whatever this material is. It's got this traction on there so you can really lock in when it's in your grip. But it is pretty bright. You know, I haven't used it a ton yet, but you know, it is rechargeable right here. So you can easily recharge it. It comes with the charging cable and all that good stuff. And then here's the box really quick. We have 3,000 lumens. There's all the good stuff so you can see how it operates and everything. But pretty damn cool. And, you know, like I said, well, maybe I didn't say that. I will link everything down in the description for you guys. So if you guys want to pick up some NITECORE stuff, they do have a lot of really cool stuff. They got badass flashlights, but then they also have battery packs, and I really, really like their battery packs. They're super slim, but they have all different sizes, so I can't say they're super slim. Some of them are super slim, but there's all different sizes, and I always like to have battery packs in different places, different backpacks, different bags, because you never know when you're gonna need some charge. Now, this last one is from BPS Knives. BPS Knives is out of Ukraine, and they do really good work for a very, very low price. These are handmade knives, and this sheath, the kydex sheath, really, really well done. They definitely are stepping up their game. I love, these are my favorite type of belt clips because you can adjust them any direction, and it's so easy to put on and take off. You can do different widths of belts, and they did a good job with the fitment on this. Nice push-off point. Now, as far as the knife itself, we have, I think this is purple G10. It almost looks like micarta, but extremely comfortable, very functional jimping, lands in a great spot for me. Yeah, that's some good jimping right there. The spine of the knife is sharp. You can easily strike a fire. The geometry is slightly robust, which is what I would want. I don't want it too robust to where it's not going to be very capable as a knife, but I also don't want it too slicey to where it's not going to be capable as a hard use tool. This is right there in that medium ground area where you could be extremely tough on this without worry. And the blade steel, what is the blade steel on this? D2. Okay, so this one's made out of D2, which, you know, you don't want to do too much crazy prying and stuff with D2, but it's also not bad. And when you get this type of geometry, you know, where, you know, it's slicey, but yet still robust enough, you will be just fine. So this would be a good camping knife, good hunting knife, good just all around utility knife in the field. And, you know, it's going to be very easy to carry. Now, as far as D2, you know, keep it oiled, keep it clean, you know, keep it dry, and it will be just fine. But its corrosion resistance is just under what we consider stainless. I forget what it is. I think it's like 13% chromium. We consider stainless. Anything under that, and I think it's like a 10 or 12 or something. I forget. But something like that. Either way, it's very close to being stainless, but it's not. So you do have to worry about corrosion, especially in certain environments. Beautiful satin finish. I love that hammered spine. The one thing is the edge bevel could be, I know it's a tough knife, so it's hard for me to argue this, and I don't even think I can, but I do wish the edge angle was slightly lower for my liking. Now, for a lot of people, maybe not, so this isn't something we're really complaining about, but it's not very sharp. I know, and I'm not even talking about like my standard of sharpness. I just mean just the standard factory edge sharpness. It's slick, as you can see. I can run my fingers back and forth just fine. It's sharp, don't get me wrong, it'll probably shave hair. Kinda, yeah, it kinda shaves hair, but it's just the angle's high. It's a high edge angle, and it looks like they buffed it. So when you buff an edge bevel like this, if it's a high angle, it's just gonna knock all the teeth off. You want to lower back that edge angle. Now there's a happy medium area here where you don't have to go too low to where the edge is fragile, but it's gonna be low enough to where it is a little bit slicier and, you know, easier to strop, maintain, and hone. This is gonna be a super tough edge, so, you know, maybe it's probably best for the majority of people buying this because they're probably gonna be beating the tar out of it. So anyways, there you guys go. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.